Yo, yeah, I want to make this video to just like record my progress of learning. I think I came to a realization about the market that I'm not pretty sure that this is accurate, because there are pretty not much of evidence that ICT just provides us about this. It's just very blurry, and all of these concepts are self-learned. What does that mean? It means that I just learned it myself. I've stuck here for like months, guys. I think a year already, in terms of this concept particularly. And I came to a realization about the market this way. That is, I don't think it's the only way, but I think it's very logical in terms of everything, from A to Z. It's very logical, and it's not ambiguous, and it's not really contrary to each other. In terms of this concept to that concept, it aligns with each other, something like that. With this understanding, okay, I came to a particular understanding about the market. Okay, so what is it that I'm talking about? I mean, for last months, I came to a level of understanding about the market that I think I have picked up almost every puzzles that ICT have provided us, relating to the market, of course, not his life, but I think I understand everything that he teaches, like everything from A to Z, really. I understand everything already. But the thing that just make me stuck the most was the quadrant concept and the Ipda data range. The quadrants and Ipda data range. And today I'm gonna just make this very clear and bring this concept to light. Okay, let's talk about this again. I'm not sure that this understanding is correct 100%, but I think that this understanding is logical currently. Okay, logical for now, as all of the thing that he said, when I just put it together in a full picture, it's not contrary to each other. It's very logical, and yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. That's it. Okay, so first of all, this is a normal price range, right? Let's assume this is the daily chart on the left and the 4-hour chart on the right. Normally, when the 4-hour breaks the structure up like this, which means normally the 4-hour, it will find the premium and then go back to discount. It will find the premium and then go back to discount. Okay, it's a normal price action of the market. But when the 4-hour breaks the structure up like this, which means the liquidity on the 4-hour is enough. They don't want to find the liquidity on the 4-hour anymore. They're seeking higher liquidity, high time frame basis, which means the next milestone, the next obstacle will be the daily premium. Okay, so normally we're gonna frame price to go back up into the daily premium. Let's anchor the FIP. This will be the 50%. Above this will be the premium, and below it, it's going to be discount. If we're bearish, we can buy from discount to premium, and then when we're at premium, we're going to sell again. This is a normal price action. The same goes with the 4-hour. If the 4-hour is like this, okay, we have this range. If the 1-hour breaks structure up, which means the market, the algo has found enough liquidity on the 1-hour chart, then it wants to go up into the 4-hour premium, and from here we can buy up here. We can buy from discount to premium, and when we're at premium, we're going to look to sell. If it finds enough liquidity on the 4-hour chart, it breaks the structure up, then it's going to find liquidity on the daily chart, premium. Okay, and then we can just buy until we're in a premium, then we can sell again to align ourselves with high time frame institutional order flow. That's it. This is a normal price range. But when I came to month 7, I've got introduced about the Ipda data range. Ipda data range. Okay, I'm gonna name this normal price range and Ipda price range. Okay, so let's assume this. Normally, this is a daily premium and this is daily discount. We're going to find the most recent trading range on the daily chart to find the premium and discount. The same goes with the 4-hour chart. We're going to find the most recent trading range to find the premium and discount. But when we anchor the fib on the Ipda, we're just basically look back 20, 40, and 60 days. Let's assume we're looking back 20 days, yeah? From here, we're here. If we look back 20 days and we anchor the fib, this will be the premium and this will be the discount, which means every PDRA here is premium, right? Above here is premium and every PDRA here is discount. So normally if we use the old concept about the normal price range, this is supposed to be the daily premium, right? If we anchor, this is the most recent trading range on the daily chart. This is supposed to be the daily premium and this is daily discount. But if we apply time and we neglect the idea of price, right? Neglect, like diminish the idea of price. This is a premium and this is a discount. So when the 4-hour breaks the structure up, which means it's going to go back to that premium, right? Not this premium. Not this premium. Okay? That premium. So we're just going to buy here. I thought we're just going to buy here and aim for that daily premium. But it's not. Take a look at the 1 hour. If the 1 hour breaks structure up, it's going to go back to 4-hour premium, right? If the 4-hour premium breaks structure up, if the 4-hour breaks structure up, it's going to go back to daily premium. But from here, if the 1 hour breaks structure up, does it mean that it's going to go up here too? Because all of these are 4-hour premium. And okay, this is the 4-hour chart. This is the daily chart. Okay, this is the same price range. If the 1 hour breaks the structure up, just like that. Okay, normally we're gonna frame price to go back into this 4-hour premium because this is the most recent trading range on the 4-hour, right? But no, if we anchor the fib just like this, all of these are the 4-hour premium. This is not a 4-hour premium anymore. So if the 1 hour breaks, then we're going to frame price to going up there. So the question is, the real question is, when do we know? When are we going to know whether or not price wanting to go back to premium, and whether or not, when does price want to go from premium to discount? Like we can't know because it's so dynamic. You understand? It's very dynamic. It's very diverse. We don't know what time frame breaks. Normally in the normal price range, if it finds enough liquidity on the 4-hour, the 4-hour break structure up, then it's going to go back to daily premium. If it finds enough liquidity on the 1 hour chart, the 1 hour breaks the structure up, it's going to go back to 4-hour premium, right? Normally it's very clear. It's not ambiguous. It's not blurry at all. It's very clear from this to the higher time frame. If it breaks, it's going to go back to the higher time frame of that time frame. Okay, but in this, every PDRA here is the premium. Every PDRA in this zone is the discount. Then if the 1 hour breaks the structure, then it's going to seek the 4-hour premium up here. The same with the daily. We don't need the 4-hour break structure anymore. No, right? It's not clear. It's not logical. That's why this concept was, bro, it's like a heavy burden on my shoulder. For months, I've been stuck here. I've been stuck here for months, bro. So I came to a realization, like to an understanding, a different understanding. If we apply time, this is like only applying time, right? And we neglect the idea of price, then it's not logical. So what if I just apply both time and price, right? Both time and price. For example, if the 4-hour breaks the structure up, it's going to still go back to this daily premium, right? It's going to still go back to this daily premium. But then what's the role of this premium then? What's the role of time, which means the 24 to 6 days looking back, and we anchored the fib on the Ipda data range? What's the role of it? If we just use the time, what's the role of this? But if we anchor, if we use the concept of quadrant, which means we divide both premium and discount into its own premium discount range, then it makes more sense. It makes much more sense, bro. For example, like this. If the 4-hour breaks the structure up, in terms of price, it's still going to go back to daily premium, right? And this is our most recent trading range. This is it. We're going to still frame price to buy back until we hit a level of daily premium, and we sell. But in terms of Ipda data range, we're still in discount. Then how can we sell? Okay, this is the question, right? But each premium and discount, we're inside of the discount. But in each premium and discount, we have its own premium and discount. Even though we're in a discount overall in the Ipda data range in terms of time, we can still sell because it's in the premium of the discount. And it's also the premium of the price chart, okay, in terms of price, right? When price coming up here, it's in the premium. We can sell here. Even though it's in the discount overall of the Ipda, we can still sell because it's in the premium of discount, okay? It's very, very complicated, something like that, okay? We can still sell here, right? Understand? So if we apply the concept of quadrant, it makes much more sense. For example, like this. This is a discount. Okay, let's not put up the color, okay, to make it easy. If we use both time and price and the quadrant itself, it makes much more sense. For example, if the 4-hour breaks are structured up, and it's going to go back to the daily premium, all right? We're going to look to buy here until it hits this. Then we're going to look to sell, okay? Then we're going to look to sell. But what if this is a daily range? This is a premium. And this is not a premium. That is a premium. Okay, so we're going to look to buy again. And this, instead of selling this, selling from here to take profit here, this is also a discount to buy to coming up to the premium. This is, bro, this is one of the things that I just really have to just like really think a lot, really. Actually, and my English is bad. I don't know how to describe it, but each of the quadrant, okay, for example, like this. Let's talk about this range only, yeah? This is a discount. But in this discount, this is also a premium to sell back to discount, okay? But this is not only the premium. This is also a discount to buy back into that premium, okay? If we're talking about this range, this is also a discount to buy back into the premium. So the question is, I ask myself this question a lot, like when I'm just introduced to this concept, I was asking like, oh, so like this is both premium to sell back to discount, and this is both discount to buy back to premium. So when is it going to be a premium and when is it going to be a discount? When are we going to buy and when are we going to sell, right? So we need to look at the institutional order flow to dictate whether or not we're going to buy or sell, right? It makes much more sense. If we're looking at the institutional order flow, then we will know when to buy and sell. So for example, like this. Price right here, 4-hour break structure up. And it's not even going back to the daily premium yet. So we can still buy until we hit this point. Let's draw this point out. Okay, we can still buy until we hit that point. Then this quadrant, it's not a premium to sell back to discount anymore. It's a discount to buy because the institutional order flow of the 4-hour is bullish. It wants to go back into the premium in terms of price. Then this becomes a discount to buy back, to push up into the next level of premium. Understand? Okay. What if the institutional order flow is bearish? The 4-hour, okay, for example, the 4-hour is bearish like this. What if it's bearish like this? Then this is not a discount to buy back into premium anymore. This is a premium to sell to go back down to discount, right? It must be based on the institutional order flow, okay? You understand, right? This makes much more sense. Makes much more sense. But one of the things that is pretty complicated more, it's just very confusing and blurry anymore. It's the Quadrants at month 9 here. I'm going to play this month 9, the last video of month 9 now. Look at this. Look at this. So even though we're in the 20 days deep premium, he's still buying this fair value gap to push up into a premium of the order block 4-hour. He's still buying. He's still buying. So which means even though the 4-hour institutional order flow is bearish, which means I came to an understanding that if we don't have a discount here, or we have a level of discount here, even though the 4-hour institutional order flow is bullish, right? We say that, okay, 4-hour institutional order flow is bullish. we're going to use this as a discount to buy. Every PD rate inside of this is a discount. We're going to buy here to aim for the premium. But this is also a premium to go back to discount. So if there's a daily PD rate here, longer term, it wants to go back to premium, right? But short term, it can use this daily PD rate to go back into that daily discount. Shorter term, it can still bounce and go lower and lower, okay, to eventually go up to a longer term premium. Understand? So if there's any daily PD rate here, or the 4 hour, or any PD rate, if you're looking at the 1 hour aspect, and this is a 4 hour range, it's the same. If we're looking at the 4 hour aspect, and this is the daily range, it's the same. Okay, same goes with weekly and daily. Then if there's any daily PD rate here, it's gonna have some effects on price, some impact on price that will make price to reverse, like, or at least retrace back into discount. Okay, so even if the 4 hour institutional order flow is bullish, before that I tend to buy it. I tend to keep buying, even though there's a daily PD rate here. I was saying like, oh, this is not a daily premium. No, if we divide it into quadrant, it's also a daily premium. It can impact price. Okay, that's for shorter term. It can impact price to make price go back into discount. So even if institutional order flow in the 4 hour is bullish here, the daily will still can reverse your 4 hour to go back to a daily discount. Okay, understand? Shorter term, it can still reach back into this quadrant, or reach back into the lower part of this quadrant. Okay, if there's any daily PD rate here, then it can still push up into the next quadrant, the next PD rate into the next PD rate here. Okay, okay, so hopefully this will make oh shit, my English is so bad. This can really just like make it easier to understand the concept of quadrant, the concept of PD rate matrix, the concept of time and price. And I'm not sure, like currently I'm not sure if this understanding is 100% correct, but for now it's pretty logical, and I back tested in the market, and it's giving a very positive result, maybe at some degree. But I'm not going to trust this concept, this understanding, because I think he never just really like really just how can I say it, like publicly talked about this. Yeah, he've never talked about this, and it's very blurry. It's just like I just picked up all the puzzles, you know, and I just like solving this problem myself, and I came to this understanding. Yeah, and I think it's logical for now. For now, it's logical until I find other pieces of the picture, and I just put together everything, and I find a new understanding of the market. Then I'm gonna post a new video. But for now, this pretty much makes sense, right? Okay.